Hello everybody, it's Flea Diecast and we're going to go through some cars I found this week. These I found at, I don't need to give you the name, most of you wouldn't matter, but a indoor swap meet that we have here in the LA area. And it's basically just a ton of collectors. It's a place called Frankensons. And so if you're ever in the LA area, look it up. They're open on Saturdays and Wednesday nights. And it's a really neat place. It's a great big warehouse full of collectors of all sorts of stuff, sports memorabilia, comics, just all the stuff we like. And Hot Wheels are one of them, and I found these there. So these are some treasure hunts. I got these at a real good price, couldn't pass it up. And they were all treasure hunts I don't think I have. This is the Kwambi, that's from 2012. Of course, I really like the flames on that one. Next up, we've got, I should mention we've got a bunch of Matchbox cars on the back end of this too. Dodge van, I think I have this one already. Picked up another one. The guy was pretty much just dumping them. And I was buying. There's the GMC Motorhome. That one is from 2012. This is a small card, short card, of the 57 Chevy, and that one was from 2011, I think. I think that's one of the best treasure hunts they've come out with in the last, 3-4 years, really, is that one. It's covered with stuff. Looks like something I would do in my customs. That's probably why I like it. Covered head to toe with things. Off Track. That one's from, is that from this year? I think it's from this year, right? 2013. That was way off. 2013 for that. And the Mega Thrust. And that one's from 2007. That's an older one. Okay, and then we have some Matchbox cars here as well. Now these are all super fast. Well, I was going to say super fast era. They're actually past the super fast era. Most of these are from the mid-90s. And so if you're familiar with the Matchbox cars, they were still branding some of these as super fast at that point. They would have super fast up on the card. And a lot of the castings are the super fast castings from the early 90s and the late 80s, which was kind of the end of the super fast run. But for the most part, these are not what I consider super fast cars anyway. So I guess it depends on how you count your collection. But I got these at, I couldn't pass up the price. So, Cosmic Blues. This one's probably going to get its engine torn out. Well, yeah, I pick this one up whenever I find it. I think I got, unless there's another black one of these, I've got a few more of these sitting over around the corner here in the workshop. But we use the engine. I also have a casting of that engine that I make, but I'd rather use the real engine, especially if I can get it at a good price. We've got two Tailgaters. This is one of Andrew's favorite car. If there's such a thing as a 9-year-old Grail car, this is certainly one of them. He has about 5 of them now. So there's that super fast branding. But these came out in 95, 93, this one. You get into like 92, 93, and that's about the end of when you would see anything branded as super fast. I don't think these are really super fast cars by any means. Once you get out of the 80s, hard to consider them super fast. Anyways, there's one. That one has the gold rims, and then this one, which has a great big old price tag on it. Not what I paid, but that one has the silver rims. So, gold rims, silver rims, Tailgater. There were 3 animal cars in that series in a truck. It was like a little sub-series. And there was a Bumblebee, a Tailgater, no, 5, sorry. Bumblebee, Tailgater, Rottweiler, which was a dog and his mouth went up and down. rhino rod, which was a rhinoceros. We picked up a few of those the other day too. And then there was this truck that didn't look like it belonged at all. Here's a cab. LTD taxi. Short story. I used to drive a taxi. For 2 years I drove a taxi in the Southern California area. I did. You want to learn about people, you want to learn about the society you live in, drive a taxi for 2 years and you will either come out of it a far better person or a far worse person, one or the other. It depends on if you're an optimist or a pessimist. But yeah, I drove a cab for 2 years. It was when I got out of college and had no skills to speak of. And yeah, well, someday I'll tell you stories about that. Mine was a Crown Victoria. I don't know, is that a Crown Victoria? I don't think that's a Crown Victoria. Let's see. No, that's a Ford. Is the Crown Victoria Ford? Boy, I don't even know. It might be a Ford. Model A Ford. This one, the special 76 edition. There's that logo, and I don't remember what that was for. I don't remember what it's for. It wasn't 1976. This came out in like 2000 or 1999 or something like that. There's a lot of those Model A Ford. There's people that just collect those. There are hundreds of these Model A Fords, so if you have a different one than me, join the club, because there are a lot of them. There we've got a 57 Chevy. This one is one of the cooler ones, I think. Partially because it comes with a warning. It sounds very scary. This one is from the... this one's earlier. Yeah, about 1990-ish, I believe. There's the back of it. There was a year they changed the that blister on them. And I think that was the year. And then they went to this blister pack for about 5, 6, 7 years. This one is from 95, yeah. I think from about like 92 to like 97 or something. They used pretty much those same colorings, that bright orange and the yellow. This one, another 57 Chevy. I have a few of these. It's the same as the red. Casting. Different year. The front should open up on those. By the way, I do take these out of the package. It just takes too long to take them off on camera if I haven't already done it. So maybe we'll take these out here before we leave. We'll cut away. There's a Volkswagen Type 181. Little Lion Country Safari looking thing. Probably not so good for the jungle thing on the side there. I don't know if you can read that, but it says jungle thing base camp. Probably best to have that covered. Lions like seeing those things come along. It's like a little treat being served up on a little white and black platter. So this one's a fun one. VW Transporter. Was surprised to see this in the pile. Usually those VW buses go for a little bit more, but I grabbed it. Richie's Pizzeria. It's cheesy. It's cheesy. That should be our logo for the show. We've got a military Jeep. This one in some kind of crazy camouflage peacock coloring things going on there, but this one, pretty neat one. This one, we have a lot of these. I don't know if I have one with the gold tires, so somebody will need to remind me if this one came in a variation. I don't have any of the others to look at, and it's a real ugly car. By the way, that splashy tampo I think is the same on all of them. It's not random. It's not like somebody was sitting there with a paintbrush and splattering them as they went by. It's just a regular old decal. Whoops. This one got mixed in here. Well, anyways, that one's on the shelves right now. That one got mixed in here accidentally. Ford Mustang. LX SSP. You can probably find that one at Target right now. There's the Rottweiler. I didn't know we had one of him. We just found a black one as well. This one came in a few different colors. Like I mentioned, this one is part of the, it was this Animals series. There's the Animals. And there were 5 cars. There were the one I mentioned earlier, and then there was this truck. It was the, was it a Saab truck? Is that what it was? I forgot. But it's that Matchbox truck that always has a different trailer on the back of it, and it had nothing to do with animals whatsoever, best I could tell. So, here is another Chevy. I'm looking at the other one back there. I think that's exactly the same. I think it's exactly the same. Moving on, Modified Racer. These big tires were common on these Matchbox cars for a few years. I don't know the name of them, but they were these kind of big plastic tires. They don't always cast well. They like that front one looks really round. See how shiny and round it is? See the back one's kind of cruddy. I don't know if that'll show up on the video, but they don't always cast well. It's like the plastic didn't hold up well in that mold. So sometimes you see the cars with those big tires on them, and they look kind of cruddy. Here's the submersible. We have a bunch of these. I actually got this for a, I have a custom idea that I want to do, and I needed 3 of these, and this is the 3rd one, so I picked it up. It's probably going to get ripped apart. That back piece flips up, shows some little submersible equipment. It does have little wheels on the bottom. Just in case you'd like to drive your submersible around town, you know, you need to have the option. There's some more of those wheels. This is the flare side pickup. This is one of the more popular castings of the Matchboxes. These, they don't tend to go for a lot, but they tend to get snatched up real quick. It also has those big, kind of strange wheels on it with the big, thick rims. Wish they'd kind of go back to using these nowadays with the Matchbox cars. All you get are these giant treaded wheels on everything. There is the the Rhino Rod. This one in gray with a great big old sticker covering him up. We'll take him out in a second. Here, while I'm talking, I'll take him out. And the gray Rhino Rod here is the more common one. He also comes in a black. He comes in a white or like a real light gray, and then there's a gold one that's pretty hard to find. The gold one was part of that gold series that they came out with, and I think the Rhino Rod was one of the harder ones to find, if not the hardest one to find. I don't really remember. So there's Rhino Rod. I'm going to cut away, open these up, and we'll take a look at all of them at the same time, all the Matchbox cars. Just a second. Okay, we're back. We'll take a look at a few of these, just show you some of the features you couldn't see in the package. By the way, I was looking at this one. I didn't take it out because they made me feel very special. They said, I found it. It's a special edition 76th Matchbox vehicle. To tell you the truth, I don't remember what that is. Anyways, it goes on to explain what it is. I need to look this up. I don't remember what it was. It's from the toy show, Hershey, Pennsylvania, special 76th edition. Anyways. I don't think it's a big deal, because I certainly don't remember this one standing out in the long list of prices for the Model A Ford, but anyways, I'll check that one out before I open it up. They made me feel special, so I didn't want to open it. So a few things. Here's those tailgaters I told you about. Now these have the 2 different tires. These also came in black. I think there was a blue. I'm not remembering. There was a couple other colors. They don't move or anything. It'd be cool if their mouths open up. They also don't have interiors. That's just a solid black piece of plastic. Here's that submersible I was telling about. Again, little wheels, want to drive around town. It's got some cool detailing on the bottom. It also opens up here in the back, and you can put little stuff in there, which is one of the neat little features on it. It also has a lot of cool little things like these little jets that are good for customs. Those little pieces there. And it's also got a round front bubble piece, which is kind of hard to find for customs as well. Also, a lot of people chop off these little hoses. So this guy, he gets nabbed for customs quite a bit. Every time I see that one, I pick it up because it's got a lot of parts that I chop off of it. Here's that little, what was this guy? Modified racer. I was going to call it off-track racer. No windshield in this one, but there's those big tires. You can see how big they are. They really look pretty oversized on this. Richie's Diner, you can see inside. This is that Volkswagen bus. No detailing on the front. Here's your flare side pickup. This one is, if you don't get it in the package and anyone's played with it, this one gets trashed quick. The silver really comes off these rims. I don't know if you can see it, but that silver's raised. So if kids are playing with it, the first thing that goes is the silver. This thing slides on its side, scrapes off the silver. Also, this is pretty flimsy on the top, and it gets bent or broken off. And then it's got a real flimsy back end here that gets really chewed off. You can see how much that sticks out. It does have a hitch, but this one really gets trashed quickly if you're playing with it. So if you want a good one and you're going online, get it in the package. These guys I checked, they're the same. They came in 2 different packages. I didn't point that out, but they are the same. Now the reason I say they're the same, because it's not unusual for these Matchbox cars to have all sorts of differences. Quality control, not a big thing there at the Matchbox headquarters, especially in the 90s. But you get a lot of base differences on these. So if you're into variations, check the Matchbox bases. You'll find all sorts of variations if that matters to you, but those are the same. This little guy here, this is a, what is this, a Challenger, I was going to say Charger. Boy, you could not pick some more 1990s colors for that one. Hot pink, you just don't see hot pink as a designer color anymore, with bright day glow yellow, splatter pink, gold rims. Man, nothing just says Frankie Goes to Hollywood like that, does it? All the kids are like, who's Frankie? Look it up, kids. So this little thing, yeah, it's a cute car. I usually pick this up when I see it. The Jeep, nothing special about the Jeep. The Matchbox casting on this, the top just looks too high to me, but maybe that's really what those were. This thing really looks like it would tip over if it went off-roading. The Rhino Rod, again, it's got the blacked out windows like the Tailgater did, but this was part of the same series. This is another one that if you really care about, and I know most of the adults don't, you guys pass up on them because I see them all the time. This one really gets trashed if you play with it. His horn is soft, and so the horn gets chewed up the first time it goes scraping along the concrete. Also, this back motor just gets trashed. It's really sticking up high. His ears get all scratched up. So if you want one in good shape, I'd buy it in the package. Of course, these guys, this is the Cosmic Blues. There's a couple of these. There's the Cosmic Blues. There's 2 others, and they're probably not going to come to me right now. But that have these huge engines. They are not good cars for customizing. I tried. This was one of the first casting I customized because it was one of my favorite cars as a kid. But the back, and see, you can see my, there you go. You can see my finger through it. It doesn't have anything in the back. So if you're going to customize it, it really looks kind of cruddy with that open back. At least I think it does. And filling it in takes a lot of work. That's an awfully big space to fill in. And because I thought I'd do I still have them? No. I had some paint tests laying around here of this one, but I don't see them now. There's another one of the 57 Chevys. That front end opens up there. That's what makes it fun. Here's the Rottweiler, and let's see if we can get his mouth working. There you go. You can see his mouth, he chomps, and he's got one of those little, where is it? There it is. One of those little wheel triggers. So as that goes along, it hits a little kind of cheap gear in there, and that bounces his mouth up and down. Anyways, the Rottweiler, the Rhino Rod, and this guy 3 of my son's favorites right there. He loves those animal cars. Boy, Hot Wheels. If you want to Hot Wheels and Matchbox, just keep making those animal cars, and I can guarantee you at least one sale. So. All right, that's going to do it for this show. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.